Maintenance is a very important activity in the process. If we do a right maintenance, a good maintenance, we can save a lot of money. We can produce a very good, higher, better quality products that is in the benefit, and we can, avoid producing waste. Maintenance, there have been a big development in the process maintenance, let's say since 50 years, 70 years ago up to now. Okay, 60, 70 years ago up to now. So, like they are saying that in general there are three generation of maintenance works. Okay, so the maintenance activity, which is also a process, which is also a, like each company, they have a group, they have a team that is a maintenance team. Okay, and they have a really, they have a very good protocol to follow and to do the maintenance activity. But like many years ago, when the industrial revolution just started, so the maintenance was not very, was not taking very seriously. But okay, okay, so there have been a lot of development. So before, like those early years that, we had kind of industrial revolution, most of the plants, they just started producing, products. So it was, the maintenance was just fix it when it's broken. Okay, they were waiting to see if something is broken, it's not working, they were fixing it. Many years after, 20, 40, 30 years after, it becomes more detailed. Okay, so they wanted to have higher plant availability. They wanted the plant to work, more continuously. They didn't want to stop a process, and they wanted to have to use the equipment for a longer time. They wanted to have a longer life for the equipment, and they wanted to pay less cost. So they prepare the maintenance activities based on these objectives. And after that, the recent years, in the last 20, 30 years, so the maintenance has been much more accurate, and it's been like a bigger activity that is aimed to reach to a higher plant availability, better safety, better product quality, no damage to environment, longer equipment life, and also the less cost or more profit. Okay, so those are the things that is being considered, that is being considered when for the maintenance activity in the recent year. And okay, so the techniques, the technology that was used, that has been used for this job has also changed. We had, so before it was just fix it when, in the first generation, fix it when it's broken. In the second generation, they were some systematical and scheduled overhaul. Overhaul means, like let's say they were stopping the heat exchanger after each few months, and they were cleaning, fixing it, and then putting it back in the operation. So that was a scheduled overhaul. System for planning and controlling work. So like they had a work, like a systematic workflow, planning work, and like for maintenance, and also like computers. That was those times that they were big and slow. They also help for this maintenancing, the scheduling the maintenance. But third generation, so like in the third generation, we had more technology, more instrument that we could monitor the condition of the equipment. There were many technology softwares that you could design, and the maintenance works. And there have been many hazard studies, and these days we have very fast and small computers that can be used. and there are many, analysis like for failure mode and effects, like a lot of simulation about that, a lot of expert systems, there are a lot of people that are expert in this job, that they have been educated in different, and institutes, and also multi-skilling and teamwork, like teamwork is also encouraged, because maintenance is something that most of the workers, they have to be involved and collaborative to do it carefully. Okay, so the new development or the new development or the new methods or technologies for maintenance is aimed for total productive maintenance, TPM, or total productive maintenance. So that is considered to use tools for hazard studies, for the failure and effect mood and the failure mood analysis. Okay, applying the expert systems. Condition monitoring is also new technology or new methods that you can monitor the condition of your equipment. If it's in a good condition, bad condition, if it's working its maximum capacity, or there is some issues, so you can really monitor. You don't have to wait until the equipment fail and then take some action. You can really monitor the condition of that equipment. Nowadays we have more technologies for fabrication, for construction, so we can design and build equipment with a better accuracy, with a more emphasis on reliability and maintainability. Okay, so that's another thing that for the design equipment. And also there has been a major shift from individual working or thinking to organizational thinking. Okay, organizational thinking by encouraging the participation, team working, and being flexible. That is, all of these activities is aimed to lead to a total productive maintenance, or TPM. Okay, so about also designing so designing the plant is also, when we are designing the plant, the designing equipment, there is one phrase that is saying that designing plant for safety. It's very important that even if in the plant there are some equipment that they fail, or if there is a maintenance work is going on, so the plant is still safe. Okay, so you might hear this term fail safe. Okay, fail safe mechanism is that the equipment, it has been designed in the way that even if it's failed, the process will be still safe. The equipment will be still safe. That, as I said, one of the examples how we can make sure a fail-safe mechanism, let's say designing some switch, emergency valve, some pressure relief system, this kind of system, they all help us to reach to such a mechanism. Then during the maintenance, okay, when there is a shutdown for maintenance, we have to also make sure that the process is safe to do the maintenance. Let's say sometimes you have equipment that you need to clean it, so you will commission that to outside. You will bring a contractor from outside, like a company that is expert in cleaning, to clean that equipment. So you have to make sure that the process is safe for them to come and do the cleaning. The maintenance work is also being done safely. Okay, so like there are many cases of like really catastrophic accidents, that let's say they stop one equipment and they start doing the maintenance. They didn't think really what will be the effect of that stopping that equipment or that maintenance to the other part of the plant, that led to really like explosion or to a very bad accident. there are many cases. If you just search in internet, YouTube, you might find those cases. Like in aviation industry, for the maintenance is a very important part. And whenever the maintenance is done on the aircraft, usually when they land, there is a protocol to maintain to check many things in the aircraft. So like once they do the maintenance, the overhaul, they have to submit a very accurate, precise report to the managers or to the pilots, so to make sure that the aircraft is safe to take off or to work again. So those are some points that we need to consider. Okay, so when it comes to the maintainability, one question is always, what's the optimum age of equipment or a part to be used in the process? Okay, to do that, to find the optimum age of a part, equipment in the process, there is always such a curve, like that can be used by the designer, by the managers to make some decisions. What is this curve? So you have in the y-axis you have cost, in the x-axis you have MTTF of the part of equipment. What is MTTF? Is mean time to fail. So it can be, let's say, days. Usually it's days. It can be days, it can be weeks, it can be years. So you have mean time to fail. Is the time that equipment, that part will fail. So for that part, the capital cost usually at early age, early days, early years is not increasing, because let's say inflation is constant, so you buy that part, that equipment, you will install it, so you don't pay really any money until that part start to, let's say if it's a compressor, so you need to repair the compressor continuously, you need to change the parts, you need to do a lot of you need to change the parts of that compressor. Sometimes you need to change the motor, the driver, the shaft, so that increase your your cost of that equipment. Once it's you start using it, after a few months, few years, it start to become costly for you. It's like a machine, like a car that gets old, it has more money to change. You have to change different parts, you have to change the the tire, this kind of thing. That is usually capital. Maintenance. So the equipments, once they are installed at the beginning, they need a good maintenance, because you need to fix a lot of things. You need to, change the oil, let's say, continuously. You need to make there is no leakage continuously. So at the beginning, it has some kind of maintenance cost, but as long as it it start working, the maintenance cost will be less, but capital cost might increase. There is a point, there is a age, there is a range that this total cost, which is the maintenance and capital cost, will be minimized. Like let's say this range, that is the minimum total cost. So is this range tell us the best is the range that we can use that equipment or that part in the best way. Is the best time of range of time that equipment or that part can be used. Out of this one, you can see that the total cost will be more. So we have usually such a curve, such a graph, such a tools to be used for maintenance job and evaluating the maintenance and the cost of the equipment. Okay, designing the plan for the maintainability. So when we are designing a plan, there is kind of 4 design requirements for the maintainability. For the maintainability, there is 4 requirements. First, easy to access. Each equipment should be easily accessible. We should be able to have access to them easily, to repair them, to change them, to replace them. Standardization of equipment. So all the equipment, they have to be working in the standard condition, the standard design condition. We have to evaluate what is the skill level that is needed to maintain that equipment. Okay, this also, we need to evaluate this, we need to report this. And also redundancy of running equipment. Okay, so we have to evaluate like after how many months or after how many years we expect to repair or replace that equipment. Okay, so those are the 4 important things that we have to consider when we are designing the equipment. Okay, one example, like one example, for example. So first of all, we have to always we have to minimize the time that the equipment will fail. We have to try to design or choose the equipment that will be failing, I mean, in the minimum way, I mean, like minimum time, I mean, let's say minimum time per year or per month. Okay, so the equipment has to be designed to work continuously and to be reliable. So we need minimum maintenance, need minimum costs for maintenance. And okay, some example is, let's say, for example, for pump, compressor, those are the equipment that they continuously need maintenance, heat exchanger. So we need to, for example, for accessibility, we need to design such a lifting, devices close to that equipment. We have to make sure that we have kind of, like we have already planned and installed some instruments, some devices that we can use to move that equipment. We can lift that equipment, put somewhere else, bring another new equipment, replace it, do the repair. So those are the things that need to be considered when we are designing the plant. Those are the details that has to be really considered carefully. Then okay, those are also some additional points about designing a process for maintainability, for maintenance. So we have to, as I said, for the pumps, for the compressors, we have to always install standby equipment. Let's say most of the time for the pumps we also install one parallel pump or one parallel compressor. So when the pump needs maintenance, we switch to the other pump, to the parallel pump. So we do the maintenance, we fix it, and then we switch back to the main pump. So we need to design such a things in the process. And even the pipeline, we have to dedicate some pipeline that is used for purging, for maintenance, for this kind of work. Then as I said, we should design device, lifting device, moving devices to move the equipment, to lift them, we have to locate them to be accessible. Those are the things that has to be. We should have access to the pipeline easily, to the valves, to the equipment. Okay, those are some some additional information. So all the instruments, the control instruments, everything has to be accessible. We should be able to have access to them, to check them, to replace them. And also, okay, so we have to also consider the environmental impacts of maintenance. Let's say when you are cleaning something, when you are cleaning a compressor, a valve, or a pump that was operating with the toxic material. When you open that valve, when you open that equipment, there might be spills of those toxic materials, or on the floor, or it might contaminate the working environment. So we have to consider those things when we are going to do the maintenance.